Hey everybody, quick instructional video to show you how I mounted my Siebel Nautilus air horn compact on my Grom. This actually isn't going to be an instructional video, I'm just going to show you the end results. So you start with a battery, and I attached a red conductor from the positive terminal to an inline fuse. I think there's a 20 amp, maybe a 30 amp fuse in there. And then I ran the conductor back along inside the Grom. Actually removed that panel to run it. And then the ground wire, I attached the common ground point of the Grom. You see that yellow crimp has a black wire coming out of it, and that runs alongside the red wire up out of the front of the fairing, and I zip tied it in a couple places next to the, I think that's the brake and throttle cables. The relay was kind of tricky. I didn't know where to mount this at first, but what I found is if you zoom out you can see what I'm talking about here. Right here there is a metal bracket kind of behind the headlight assembly, and I just zip tied the relay to that metal bracket, which I think ought to suffice. I'll check it periodically, but it seems to be pretty secure in there. So the red conductor from the battery runs into this part of the relay, and the ground wire from the chassis runs directly to the horn compressor, which I'll show you in a moment. This is the positive output from the relay, which also runs to the horn compressor, and then the existing horn wires are connected to the relay here and here, and I'll put a link to some instructions to show you how to do that. Now, I thought I was going to have to fabricate a custom bracket, but as it turns out you can use all of the existing hardware for the stock horn. So this metal bracket here was not actually bolted here originally. This was bolted to, I believe, another bracket that was then bolted here, which then had the original horn. So there's actually two pieces in addition to the original horn, one of which I'm no longer using. But I bolted this bracket to the bike, and then I bolted the compressor using slightly different configuration. I think originally that bolt is supposed to be at a 90-degree angle, and the head of the bolt is supposed to be in here pointing up. But I found when I did it that way, the horn compressor actually impacted the top of the fender under suspension load. So I rotated it 90 degrees forward, mounted it this way, and you've got plenty of clearance now between the fender and the horn, and the compressor just barely fits against the back of the headlight assembly there. But it does appear to fit, and it is nice and loud. It appears to be secure. Probably want to put a lock washer or some Loctite on there. But otherwise, this is how you mount the Siebel Compact Nautilus air horn to a Grom. There you go. Leave me questions in the thread if you have any, and I will try to answer.